These are 5 cool, awesome Civivi knives you should definitely check out. Some of these are newer than others, some are more affordable than others. I kind of bringing you a little bit of everything. Chances are you'll see a knife here you're probably going to definitely want to add to your collection. Of course, these are all linked down below in the description and pinned comments if you want to check them out. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right, starting things off with the BAM. This thing right here is the Civivi Biophase, right? And I think they came up with such a fitting name for this thing. I just unboxed this one here in the channel recently. You haven't probably seen the unboxing video just yet, but yeah, this thing is a treat. You have a lot going on with this knife, and when I meant, you know, cool, kind of weird, you know, a strange looking knife, that's exactly what I had in mind with this one. I'm like, yeah, this knife definitely takes the cake. So we have crazy construction here, all kinds of holes and see-through. The handle's made by aluminum, which is that sort of gray portion there, and there's black G10, which is very interesting. And then you have, you know, the blade itself, which is also kind of wild here. It's kind of like a clip point, beautiful hollow ground going on there. You got holes upon holes, and then some more holes. And did I mention holes? Because that's what the Biophase is all about. It's like a mixture. It's kind of like Venom, right? Took over this knife and it's kind of morphing and whatnot. It is insane, right? The hollow ground, of course, is sexy, right? Check out when the light hits it. Civivi definitely knows how to make a sexy hollow ground, that's for sure. It is a plunge lock, button lock style knife, so the action is really good. They definitely also know how to make a good plunge lock, button lock, flipper deployment as well with good jimping. And surprisingly enough, you can actually deploy this thing with these holes here. That is just epicness. Check that out. It deploys really good, thumb deployment, and even reverse flick as well. So yeah, this thing is a treat all around. And by the way, this is so lightweight, it's insane. I actually did this weight during the unboxing. I'll get you guys a quick weight on this bad boy here, just for giggles. This thing is 2.7 ounces, 2.6, and a total 75 grams. So yeah, when I say this thing is definitely in the lightweight department, it truly is. And honestly, through and through, I mean, what a wild looking design. You know, you have a deep pocket carry clip. It is reversible on the other side, which is good. And overall, I mean, I just can't stop looking at this thing, right? What a great way to start this video off. This has got to be one of the coolest Civivi knives in a while. Nitro V steel, in case I haven't already mentioned that. And satin finish on the blade. Action is good. This thing is crazy. This would be a great add to your knife collection, or even your rotation for that matter. So all of these knives, by the way, are under $100. Some cost more, some cost less. So definitely check those links down below for more details. And we're moving on, keeping things here rapid fire. Moving on to the next knife, and bam, this is the Incindie from Civivi, right? Another savage one. All of these have different variants. So if you don't like this particular variant you're looking at, you can check out different handle materials, different blade finishes. You know, there's satin finish and black finish and even Damascus finish. You know, Civivi is going to throw some Damascus on there somewhere. So this blade is interesting. You have a very interesting drop point blade with that fuller in the middle. That is just insane. A hollow ground right here, which is very, very slicey. It is, again, a plunge lock, button lock, which, did I mention Civivi knows how to do? Because they truly, definitely know how to do. And also a flipper deployment as well here as far as deployment methods. We have a deep pocket carry clip also, which is reversible. And the ergos are really good. We have a black G10. We have green G10 handles going on here. It is an exposed liner construction with some milling on the inside. 3 holes there for some personality. The ergos are really nice. I mean, really awesome knife for EDC. So it's affordable, it functions well, has some good action, but it definitely performs above all things. You can also forward choke on it here with this finger choil situation there. Put your thumb here further forward on the blade. This thing performs so nice. And it's got even some good acoustics to it. Love, especially the close, right? I feel so good with that plunge lock going into the tail of the blade and the blade hitting the stop pin right there. Honestly, the Incindie is pretty cool. I dig it 100%. And yeah, I've been carrying this thing a ton here. I can't recommend it enough. 14C, 28N steel. In case you're wondering, that is the Civivi Incindie. Okay. We'll come back to all of these, by the way, towards the end, so you can see them side by side. This next one caught me by surprise completely, and bam, we're talking about the Civivi Synergy, not 1, not 2, but 3. I don't know if we skipped Synergy 1 and 2, but this is Synergy 3. And just take a look, just observe what this is. Yeah, I was also scratching my head as well when I saw this thing. It looks to be an Oyoung design. At first, I couldn't process this blade. Obviously, it's some sort of tanto, but what makes it unique is a dual flat grind with very interesting drop on the blade. Also gives you a pokey tip there. This thing cuts oh so well. And then we have Nitro V on the steel for this one. It is a liner lock. Some good access to that liner. It is on ball bearings. Flipper deployment only on this one with some jimping, right? It actually works really good. Very well-toned V10 for what it is. You can light switch it. You can also push button it as well. And then there's the handle, right? The handle has this sort of ripple design going on where the Civivi logo is all blacked out. And it's kind of like, you know, a lake where a water drop here. And then it's just, you know, rippling all throughout the handle, looking pretty nice. Let me get you a little zoom in here so you guys can take it in. This is all G10, by the way. It's all nice and rounded all throughout. The very nice back spacer there. Pocket clip is deep carry, but it's not reversible. Something to keep in mind. And there's your lanyard hole right there, if you would. So there's that blade. I mean, look at that thing, right? There's that dual flat grind right towards the front, right? Very interesting switch going on there. And just overall an epic looking blade, right? Let me know if this is your cup of tea. Maybe so, maybe not so much, but yeah, the ergos are good. The handle curves down right there and it's great, really good for getting your cuts done and whatnot. Pocket clip, you can barely feel it. So really, really nice. This is the Synergy3. Up next, we have this one here. Is very, very elegant. Bam, we're talking about the Civivi Cetos, right? And let me tell you something. This thing looks really nice. So first of all, you have this wood going on one side, stainless steel going on the other side. There's a full stainless steel, no liners. You do have a liner on the wood side. The wood is very nicely finished here. If you take a look at this thing, right? I was saying this during the unboxing. Kind of looks like the steering wheel on one of those luxurious cars, like a Lexus, Mercedes, BMW or something. So very nice curated wood there. We got the big hardware on this one. Sandwich construction with 2 standoffs. Pocket clip, which is deep carry, but not reversible, something to keep in mind. And we do have a frame lock on this bad boy. So check this out. We can deploy off of the flipper, which is nicely jimped, by the way. That works really nice. We can light switch it. We can push button it as well. We have good access to that lock bar. And then there's this folder right here, which I thought, I'm like, okay, well, they made it and it's probably not going to work. I was very skeptical. And then bam, I tried it, and this thing works so good. That folder is money each and every single time. You can also use it for thumb deployment. You just got to make sure you put your fingers on the pocket clip so you don't put additional pressure on the lock bar. But the action is so nice on this one. D10 also tuned really good for the kind of knife that it is. It works so nice. It's not too loose. It's not too strong. It's just perfect. Very, very well done. And honestly, you know, check out the drop point blade, right? That's a gorgeous looking drop point blade, almost bayonet looking style there. It is 14C 28N steel finish and this bead blasted finish. Again, multiple variants available. So if you like what you see here and maybe you're like, okay, well, I don't like the wood so much, you know, you can check out the links below and see what other variants are available. But yeah, this thing is just very, very elegant. Kind of gives me very classy lines. And at the same time, it's, you know, a large knife, right? So I got average size hands, not the biggest, not the smallest. Really comfortable on the ergos department. Good jimping on the blade there. Yeah, you can get some work done with this thing. Even has a forward choke finger choil right there to get some work done. Boom. This is the Civivi Cetos, right? So definitely check that out. If this design speaks to you, you know this thing is executed very well. Really nice deployment, fit and finish, quality. It's all there from Civivi. So that is the Cetos. We're moving on to the last and final one, and bam, right? We got the Ben Peterson's Sendy, and we're gonna send it into high gear here with the last knife. The Sendy is epic, right? Definitely Ben Peterson's, you know, was actually designed something pretty cool here, because at first I didn't know. I'm like, I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I'm not gonna like it. Has this very interesting flipper tab here. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Vosteed Chipmunk. That one also had a similar flipper tab there. It is absolutely jimped and it absolutely works. Check it out. We can light switch it and we can also push button it as well. Just build so much momentum since it's so high up, much higher than the actual pivot itself. We do have a sandwich construction on this one with proud liners that match the sort of gray aesthetics. Same thing going on with all the hardware and the pocket clip, which is deep carry and reversible. This one has a secret up its sleeve here. We'll check that out in a moment. But yeah, when you deploy this thing, I believe there are 2 options available. They both have a full flat grind. There is a drop point, and then there's this sort of clip point version going on. I believe it has maybe a different name. And of course, the handles don't lock you in. So, you know, the ergos are really, really good. Nice functional jimping here on the blade, right? You can go to town with this thing. It's nice and slim on the blade there. That tang of the blade is very, very thin. So this is a laser beam, if I've ever seen one myself, in Nitro V steel. So Civivi does a really good job with their Nitro V. This thing comes hair shaving sharp out of the box. So it is a liner lock with really good access to the liner. I mean, they literally cut out a section there for you to access the liner. It is on, I want to say ball bearings, but it's a little bit more of a shake shutter. We have a stop right here on the blade, kind of hits the liners right there. You can see it right there like that. You have the two-tone G10, right? It's kind of like this sort of brown, reddish brown going on the inside. And then there's the OD green going on the outside. There's also some lines going on the handle for additional jimping. So it's not just plain G10. It actually has some lines going on there for additional grip. You can see them in more detail right there. And if that wasn't enough, then this thing has a trick up its sleeve. As I mentioned earlier, we have these two tabs right here, very Swiss Army knife style. On one side, we have the, well, bam, we got some tweezers going on there, which is very nice. You know, you can pick up a splinter or something on yourself or whatever you want to use a pair of tweezers for. So that's nice. And it's actually under tension. So it's not like they come out. The fact that they're under tension means they're going to stay in there unless you pull them out with a little tab. And on the other side, in case you do want to use it for personal use, you have sort of like a very pointy, what looks to be a toothpick. So you can use it as a toothpick or maybe for whatever other tiny pokey tasks that you may need something like that for, but mostly a toothpick. And that's on the other side. Again, it's going the extra mile. I mean, that's something that they didn't necessarily have to do. There's not a lot of knives these days that have those features built in. But the fact that it's there, you can use it if you need to, that's pretty cool, right? And that is the Sendy. Again, trying to keep these short and sweet, right? The Sendy, again, is pretty cool. I feel like Ben Peterson definitely knocked this one out of the park. What is up, guys? The Sendy is a absolute W from Ben Peterson. So let's go ahead and do a quick overview here, right? Kind of going in reverse order. We looked at the Sendy from Civivi. We looked at the Cetos. All these are from Civivi, so I'm not going to keep repeating myself. The Cetos. Then we looked at the Synergy, not one, not two, but three. Synergy3. We looked at the Incindie. And last but not least, or actually the first one that we looked at, this thing is just wild. Every time I get this thing on the hand, it's like, man, that is truly epic. Boom, that is the Biophase, right? It's kind of like a mutant, right? Like a knife that just got hit, you know, with some mutant radioactive something and then mutated into that. Guys, let me know which one is your favorite. Again, all of these are linked down below. Let me know your thoughts. Did you really like this lineup? Should I have included some other different knives on there? Which other knives would you like to see in the channel from Civivi or any other knife brand? Let me know. Let's hang out in the comment section down there. Of course, all these knives are linked down below. If you want to check prices, availability, and variants, definitely do so in the pinned comments and description. Those links do help out the channel at zero extra cost to you. But of course, completely up to you. Smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It really helps this video reach a larger audience. Do consider subscribing if you like knife and EDC content like this on a daily basis. I promise you, it'll be worth coming back for more. Check out that video right there for another 5 cool knives list, or check out this video to the right that YouTube recommends. Guys, if you made it to the end, you're awesome. Thank you for all your love and support. Shout out to my Patreon supporters and channel members for supporting what I do here. Take care, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next video, either this one or this one. Peace.